Hello there, Lady Way. My apologies if I mispronounce your name in any way, or shape, or form, or anything like that. You know, silly American here. But anyway, this is a video response to your video, a question for atheists, in parentheses, well, some atheists. In this video, you question why some atheists wish for a God, despite accepting the idea that there isn't a God. And first I want to preface this by saying that I am not one of those people. I don't wish there was a God or an afterlife or anything like that, but I do have a theory about it. And I think that once you hear the theory, I think it's sort of going to make sense. I mean, I'm sure you've already thought about this, and I'm sure this thought has come across your mind, but I still want to throw the theory out there. So, first of all, I want to say that, well, second of all, since the first of all was the preface, but, so, whatever. First of all, I want to say that I don't think it's so much that atheists wish for a God, by our description, or by Christian description, or by Muslim description, or Norse description, or Greek description. I think it's much more that atheists who are wishing for a God are in actuality wishing for an afterlife. And that's to help cope with this idea of death. As an atheist, we're pretty much forced into this position that once we die, we die. There's nothing afterwards. And the same goes for our friends and family. And so there's this sentimentality issue. Death is posing, in this instance, death is posing more of an emotional issue than a logistical issue. It's not so much that we don't understand what happens when we die. It's just sort of this emotional response to what happens when we die. Because as an atheist, we're forced into this position that once we or our loved ones are gone, they're gone. The only thing that's left are pictures and memories. While Christians and religious people have this lucky little crutch to use called the afterlife, where they don't have to sort of face this idea that, holy crap, I'm never going to see them again. And it's sort of this lovely little blissful ignorance that they have about them. And I think as atheists we're somewhat quote-unquote envious of this position because we don't have that option. But I think that all atheists go through this thinking at some stage in their atheistic life. I know I personally did. I'm not sure if you did. But I'm sure if you did, you've now grown past it. And I don't want to use the term grown and mean it to mean that you're somehow superior to atheists who do wish there is a God, or in this case an afterlife, but it's the only term I can use to describe it, or you've moved past this thought and come to your own separate realization, much like I have, and much like many other atheists who don't wish there was an afterlife. And each of us probably has our own realization. My personal realization was that it was self-defeating, wishing for an afterlife when I don't believe in one. It's a nice thought, and it's very helpful when you're coping with loss, but in the reality of things, it's sort of just a waste of time. That's how I personally feel. No offense to atheists who do wish there is a God. I'm sure you will come to your own realization, whether it be that you still want to continue wishing for there is an afterlife, or some other realization on your own. But I think that at a certain point in all atheist life, we do come across this thought. I mean, how can you not? At a certain point, you have to think about what happens when you die. I mean, that's probably one of the first few thoughts you have as an atheist, or when you have the realization that, oh hey, I don't believe in God. I mean, I know it isn't that simple, but it is one of the things that comes up, is, oh my god, okay, so, I don't believe in God, I don't believe there's an afterlife, so what happens when I die? Is this it? And it's really, it's a terrifying thought, it really is, but it's something that at some point almost all atheists do actually end up coping with, in just realizing that, hey, okay, this is all there is, and therefore I should do what I can. But I think that, as I've been saying, I think that the major reason why atheists wish there is an afterlife or a God is just for a more emotional reconciliation, or emotional stability, because, I mean, when I was 9 and I lost my mother, the thoughts about death just consumed me to a point of never ending. And then after a while, after thinking about it for a while, I realized, hey, my time is better spent doing something else. Doing something to better myself as a person, or doing something to better society as a whole. So I need to stop moping around and stop wishing for something that I know will never happen, and instead move on. And so that's what I did, and here I am today. But I think that a lot of atheists wish there is an afterlife, for this whole sentimental aspect of losing loved ones and never being able to see them again, or just what happens when we die. Because I think it's a part of the human ego to want to feel special. I mean, that's the reason why religion exists. As I said before, that's the reason why religion exists, to answer those questions that we have. And so I think it's because of that many atheists wish there is an afterlife. That's pretty much my theory. I'm hoping it makes sense. I'm hoping that I didn't go everywhere with what I was trying to say. This is like my 5th take trying to do this video, because I end up jumping into random tangents and then try and come back to the point, but then I forgot where I was in the point in the first place, and so then I'm just there like, I hope you find the answer that you're looking for, or an answer that's sufficient. Thank you for making such entertaining videos, and thank you for watching, or hopefully watching, my response. And I hope you have a nice day, and to those of you who watched, I hope you guys have a nice day as well. Bye.